Good day everyone. In this video, I will be teaching you how to create sentences with the Chinese character 是. Okay, so basically this video will focus on the sentences with a 是. So I'll be explaining to you what is the meaning of 是 and how we use this in a sentence. First and foremost is the definition of the Chinese character 是. Okay, so it is this Chinese character is pronounced as SHI for tone. 是. But remember, we don't need to read the letter I at the last part of this word. So it's just pronounced as 是. 是. Okay, now the meaning of 是 or the translation of 是 is basically is, are, or am. Now, which of these? Actually depending on the sentences. Later, you will be seeing this 是 in sentences and you will see how it functions. So basically, the translation depends on the context of the sentence, depending on what pronoun comes behind it, comes before it, what kind of sentence are we constructing. So this is a challenge in Chinese, because in Chinese, 是 is easily understandable by Chinese people, but for us English speakers, we have to know how to translate this. Okay, so in this video, we will focus only on is, are, and am meaning of 是. Now, the first sentence is very simple. We will be translating a simple sentence, I am Wayne. Okay, I am Wayne. Basically, in translation, if you notice, it's simple as this. 我是 Wayne. Obviously, Wayne is taken from here, and then the am here is taken from the 是. Okay, remember the meaning of 是 or the translation of 是 is, are, and am. And then 我, as you have seen in our pronoun video, I is 我. So literally, I am Wayne is 我是 Wayne. Okay, now in your self-introduction, if you notice, we have another kind of way of introducing your name. We say 我叫, right? If you remember that, 我叫 Wayne. Okay, so 我叫 literally means I am called Wayne. Here in this sentence, this is literally means I am Wayne. So 是 plays a very straight translation of the sentence. Okay, so if you can see a 我, usually the next one is am. Okay, you have to have a certain level of English in order to translate Chinese as well. But these are very basic and very easy. The next sentence, we have a bit longer sentence. I am a teacher. I am a teacher. Now, if you check the sentence structure, more or less it still follows the same rules. If you notice, we have teacher, which translates to 老师. Okay, if you remember, I told you to categorize all the words in HSK1, the 150 Chinese characters. If you categorize it properly, then you would see the nouns. One of the noun is a teacher. Okay, and the Chinese translation for a teacher is a 老师. Okay, and of course the am, okay, is translated as 是, and the I is translated as 我. Okay, now if you notice, the A it cannot be found in the Chinese translation, because A is only applicable in the English. Okay, there is actually a translation for A, which we will do next time. But in this case, this sentence is acceptable. So I am a teacher in Chinese translation is 我是老师. Okay, 我是老师. 我是老师. Okay, so as simple as that. Next one, I wrote the Chinese and the pinyin first. Okay, this is read as 她是妈妈. 她是妈妈. Okay, you can try to translate it by yourself. Okay, you can pause the video and translate it. Did you do it? Okay, now let's check if you have translated it correctly. Okay, so first and foremost, we have the pronoun 她 in Chinese. Okay, now how do we translate 她 in English? Okay, if you check again, if you go back to the video pronouns, you will see this that ta is under the he and she translation in English, right? And if you remember that I told you that on the left side of the ta is the he translation, and the right side wherein you see this character, okay, would eventually tell you that this character is a she translation. So we have now she in the sentence. Now the shi, okay. Now the shi again. If you go back to our earlier portion of the video, I told you that this is translated as M, is, and R. So M, is, and R. Okay, and then mama. Again, if you check your if you check your pinyin chart, sorry, the HSK1 chart, if you check it, you would see that mama is under the nouns, and this is translated as mother. Okay. Now, once you finish creating these sentences, you will notice that there are three options that you could translate: she am mother, she is mother, and she are mother. Now, having your knowledge in English, you would obviously choose is. Okay, so the translation for ta shi mama is she is mother. Okay, because there's no such thing as a she am mother, and there's also no translation as a she are mother. Okay, so basically you will end up with she is mother. Okay, so if you notice, we are doing an eliminating process here, but this is just for the start. Once you get used to learning Chinese, you don't need this elimination process anymore, because you know the meaning of how does it translate to Chinese. And in the long run, if you're familiar with languages, we don't really translate language often. We understand the language by itself. Okay, so that's a goal of learning Chinese. You have to understand the Chinese language. Next, in the examples that I would give is this sentence: 我是你的朋友。我是你的朋友。Okay, so in this sentence, before we translate it, please stop the video, pause the video, and then try translating it on your for yourself first to see if your translation is correct. If you get it, that's good. If not, then please learn from this video how do we translate this. Okay, did you get it? Let's see. Okay, now 我是你的朋友. Again, let's try 我 first. 我 is translated as I or me. Okay, but basically since it's the first part of the sentence, we just use the I. Okay, and 是 again, we have we can use the elimination process. We have the am, is, and are. Am, is, and are. Okay, so before we choose, okay, let's finish the sentence first. If you know the answer, then you could choose it immediately. Next, we have here a ni. Ni again is translated as you, if you remember, you, but we have a te, which is the next character. And remember, in the pronoun section, if you see a te, it means it makes the pronoun before it a possessive pronoun or shows ownership. So instead of a you, it will become your. Okay, so since you is ni, but we have a te. Okay, we have a te here, so it makes ni possessive pronoun. So since it's a possessive now, it becomes your money, your car, your cash. It becomes a possessive pronoun. So here we put your, and then 朋友. This is a noun which means friend. It's also written in your HSK1. Okay, under the noun section. Okay, so now let's do elimination. I am your friend. I is your friend, or I are your friend. Of course, obviously, we can choose M. So the translation for 我是你的朋友 is I am your friend. Okay, simple as that. The last video or the last part of the video is we have here 他是我的老师他是我的老师 Again, pause the video, translate it, try it for yourself before continue with the video. Did you get it? Okay, let's check. Now, 他是我的老师 Again, let's translate it slowly, one by one. Now, we have a 他. 他 again is translated as he or she. But if you check the character, we know it's using the he translation. So we have here a he. Okay, and then the 是 again we have am, is, are. Okay, and then 我 is I or me. But in this case, we have another 的. Okay, and remember 的makes the pronoun before it a possessive pronoun. So how would you make I or me possessive? Okay, of course, the answer would be my. Okay, my car, my house, my computer, my cell phone is all possessive pronouns. Okay, next we have 老师, and just as we have learned earlier in the video, 老师 is translated as teacher in the HSK1 under the noun section. So now we have this sentence: he am my teacher, he is my teacher, and he are my teacher. Obviously, the answer is he. So the answer is. So the translation for this 他是我的老师 is he is my teacher. So knowing this pattern will help you understand the composition of a Chinese sentence for the 是 only. For the 是, this is only for the 是, because if you know more words in Chinese, the translation or the composition of the sentence structure would be different. But in this case, this is how the 是 is used. Now you could actually experiment and try different words, combine it, okay, and make your own sentences. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video and learned from it. Thank you very much and have a nice day.